On SNG Daily, we'll tell you about the latest update from Israel and Gaza. But first, let's talk about Thailand. 2 years after becoming one of the first nations in Asia to decriminalize the recreational use of cannabis, Thailand is now planning to do a U-turn on the legislation. Taking to his social media handle, Prime Minister Thaksin said Thailand will relist marijuana as a narcotic by the end of the year. He has also said the ministry should quickly allow its use only for health and medical purposes. He wrote on X, and I quote, "The drug problem is a national agenda that all agencies must work together to solve the problem seriously so that drugs can be eradicated and within 90 days the results can be clearly seen." It was a night to celebrate for the right-wing opposition party in North Macedonia that won big in both the parliamentary and presidential elections. The nation has also voted for its first female president, who is a university professor, and her candidature was backed by the opposition party. The leader of the opposition party, which is called VMRO-DP-MNE party, Risian Mikoski, heads a 22-party coalition called Your Macedonia. During the campaign, he accused the SDSM, which was in power, of ineptitude and making humiliating compromises in trying to settle disputes with North Macedonia's neighbors. From 2005, North Macedonia has been in line for EU membership but was blocked by disputes with its neighbors like Greece and Bulgaria.
Makedonija je slobodna I Makedonija ќе биде вечна. Сите тие кои што мислеа дека можат да ја ограбат Македонија, да ја понижат, да ја уништат, денеска завршија на буниште, а набргу и ќе одговараат.
Денешниот резултат е разочарувачки. На СДСМ му е зададен тежок удар. Не само од граѓаните, туку и од симпатизерите и поддржувачите на партијата. Во наредниот период детално ќе ги анализираме овие резултати. Секако, во наредните месеци ќе треба и посериозно и подлабоко да го најдеме изворот и причините за овој поразителен исход.
This is Fiji's former Prime Minister leaving the courtroom in handcuffs. Frank Bainimarama, Fiji's former long-serving Prime Minister, was sentenced to 1 year in prison for perverting the course of justice. Last month, he was spared jail time initially, but an appeal by the country's Director for Public Prosecutions led to the reversal. A former military chief, Bainimarama, seized power in a coup in 2006 and subsequently won democratic elections in 2014 and 2018. Court documents show that he was found guilty by the High Court this month of attempting to obstruct justice during his tenure as Prime Minister by instructing a senior police official to stay away from an investigation into the University of South Pacific. President Biden has said the US will stop supplying some weapons to Israel if it goes ahead with its planned ground offensive in Rafah in Gaza. Israel took control of the Rafah border on the Gaza side 2 days ago, and all entry of aid into Gaza from the southern side of the strip has stopped. When he was asked in the CNN interview if Israel had crossed a red line, Biden's reply was, "Not yet." The US has already delayed a shipment of weapons to Israel, even though Israel's ambassador to the UN expressed disappointment at Biden's comments. Other Israeli leaders have said whatever the differences between the two allies will be resolved behind closed doors. Meanwhile, Hamas has said it will make no more concessions to Israel in ceasefire negotiations. A dozen energy facilities in Ukraine were hit by Russian missiles and drones. The impact was felt immediately across many regions in Ukraine where there were blackouts. The Kremlin said this was in response to Kyiv's strikes on its energy facilities.
За одну цю добу майже 60 російських ракет і більше 20 шахедів. Це був прорахований комбінований удар проти нашої енергосистеми, проти електрогенерації, дамб ГЕС.
Now, the Russian Defense Ministry has said in a statement that it has taken control of a village in Kharkiv and another one in the Donetsk region of Ukraine. Ukraine Parliament has now passed a law where convicted prisoners can be called on to fight in the Ukraine-Russia war. Kyiv has also claimed that it has arrested Russian agents who were planning to assassinate President Zelensky. The Kremlin has offered no comment on the allegations so far. For more such videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the like button and follow for more news updates.